Hello, dear ones. Welcome to the Indigo Rose Lounge. I'm your host, Alyce Dylan, and this is a reminder to pivot. Pivoting is really important. Our spirit selves is the amplifier, the manifester of our present human experience. And as indigos, spiritually perceptive people, we are more connected with our spirit selves than anybody else. So it's important to really regulate what we're spending time on, what we are spending time absorbing, taking in, consuming content, ideas, imagery. My biological mother was very fanatical when I was a child about imagery. She didn't get many things right as a mother, but she did get a few things spot on. And one of them was she refused to allow me to watch horror movies. She said that I would retain that imagery always. And so she just, until I was a teenager, I wasn't allowed to watch ugly things. Unfortunately, at age 13 or something, I walked into the lounge in the middle of the night to live footage of a war going on somewhere in the world. And that was a good dose for me. Was good enough for me for, maybe the rest of my life. But she understood sensitivity. She didn't know what it was really about, but she understood that I was sensitive. And so she just did not allow any imagery in my environment that was scary in any way, frightening. And I think we need to be as diligent with ourselves. Maturity means being your own mother. Maturity means being your own father, being your own best friend, being your own partner, first and foremost. I think when we mature into ourselves as whole human beings, we get to fill those roles for ourselves. And so we need to be quite strict about what we allow ourselves to consume. We can hold a space for awareness of all the ugliness that goes on in the world without actually having to burn those images into our minds. And I think right now it's a beautiful thing that the veil is being lifted off despicable behavior. I think it's a wonderful thing that the rot, I have an image of a river, and when you stir it up, a lot of this ick that's in a silt bed comes to the surface. And there's an opportunity in that moment, to scrape off that rot and to clean up that river and to purify. And hopefully that's where mankind is heading. We'll see. Mankind as a whole, I can't speak for. But I know I can speak for my students and my clients and my friends who are sensitive souls, who are spiritually perceptive souls. And as frightening as all of this is, and people who are coming to it newly, it's gut-wrenching. And this is a corner that a lot of humanity could never see around because it isn't in them. And so we have to understand that often cognitive dissonance comes in when people can't see around that corner. So when there is a behavior, when someone out there is accused of a behavior that you would never contemplate, you would never, ever imagine anyone involved with, that's a corner you can't see around. And it takes quite a brave soul, quite a lot of courage to allow yourself to even entertain the possibility that exists. So a lot of mankind's going through, whoa, a lot of stuff. And in the context of an incredible amount of brain damage out there, there's a lot of brain damage out there from the medical interventions. And now we have all of this, and then the sensitives, who are going to be amplified in February. And there's a lot of denseness out there right now. And to anyone in a position to amplify a call for justice or a call for, analysis of all of this, I cheer them on. But I also know that the spiritually perceptive, are going to be so necessary in the phase that comes next that I wouldn't want to see us blowing our sockets in absorbing all of this. So we can embrace the truth, we can accept the what is without needing to fill ourselves with the revolting imagery of it. And so I want to ask you, please, to be gentle with yourself, not to subject yourselves every day and all the time to the truth that's always been there. This stuff's been going on, right? It's not new. This stuff's been going on for centuries. But just because the veil's been lifted and we can now see it does not mean that it's new stuff. This is not new. This has been going on in the world. And this stuff, if anything, should give us a sense of relief. It's like, is this what I've been picking up on? Is this what I've known in my soul? So many indigos, so many sensitive have known, have said to me, I just know there's something so wrong in the world. There's something so wrong out there. Here we are. Here it is. This is what's been going on. We can feel it. We felt it for decades now. This is the wrongness that we have felt. Even if we haven't been subjected to it ourselves, and a lot of us have, others of us have just been aware of it. So there we go. If anything, this is vindication. This is vindication of the sense of dread that we've had. And now and there we go. It's over now. The veil's been lifted. We know what's there. We know the rot that's there. Okay, now what do we do about it? And that's the pivot. Don't spend a whole bunch of time immersing yourself in what you don't want. Rather pivot. Rather look at it as a subject. You don't need the imagery. Look at the subject. Embrace it, accept it, and now what do we want instead? What is it that we want? What is it? Do we want the children of the earth to be protected? Do we want human beings to be free to love and be kind and be gracious? Do we want all of that? And this is where your little black books come in. This is where you should double the list every day of the things you love, and you should double the amount of things you focus on to want. We want a world that's kind. We want a world where people are protected. We want a world where there is an equality between people, where people are all, at least, if not equal, at least have equal chance of making something of their world. So we want equality, we want equity, we want justice for everybody. Yes, we do all want that. And let's rather focus on what we want. Not unfairness, not intolerance, not all of those things, but also we want people to be able to feel safe. So there's a balance that all needs to be found. If we find it in ourselves, it's easier to then focus on manifesting it into the world. Yeah? All right, dear ones, let's just amp up that love, hey? Pivot. See the ugly. What do I want instead? of it. And love, always.